Thank you. Good afternoon. We're here today to talk about bipolar illness. I love the description of bipolar is a heartless beast that parties with your life and sticks you with the bill. That was quoted by Dr. Fink and Carrot. What exactly is bipolar? Bipolar affects 3 million Americans. It affects men and women. The doctors have no cure, and there's no test to say yes or no, somebody's bipolar. Who does it affect? In the United States alone, as I said, it affects 3 million people. There's no trend or rhyme or reason that it affects only women at a certain age or affects men at a certain age. It affects all of us. It affects children also. Children can be diagnosed now with a blood test as early as 3 years old. Out of the 80 to 90% of people affected, their relatives somewhere in their past have also suffered from some type of depression. I think the biggest question when we're talking about bipolar is, why me? Why was I the one to get it? Well, it's not something you got. It's something you have. You have constant questions of, is there any end? Is life always going to be this way? What, another pill? Are you kidding me? Can somebody please take this pain away? When you see the doctor, for once you'd like to say, let's make a deal. You take the pill this time, and then get back to me and tell me how you feel. It's very hard. It's hard to continually deal with it and have the strength to go forward. The first medicine that was specifically tested to treat bipolar was developed in, there was none, and still isn't. There's no known pill specifically for bipolar illness. We're still waiting.
Well, how do they give you medicine for it?
What they do, medication is given to treat side effects.
Oh,
Headache, depression, lack of sleep, and that's where they start.
okay.
Myra Hombacher is a very well-known author who has had bipolar, is the one that researched it and actually was shocked to find out we don't have our own drug.
What does lithium do for it then?
Lithium is what they call a stabilizer drug. Whatever mood you're in, you're not going to change. You're going to stay the same if you feel crappy, but if you are feeling good, it'll help you stay there as well. The medicines can be your worst nightmare. That's the best way to put it. A saying by Stanley Paskovich was my favorite. He states, saying I don't take my meds because they make me feel funny is like a cannibal that says they don't eat clowns because they taste funny. First we start out with treatment options. Medications are the first line of defense. The tricyclic antidepressants are first. They're not quite as many side effects. You don't grow a tail or horns with that one. It not only treats depression, but this drug also treats chronic pain as well as migraines.
Well, that's good.
Yes. The monoamine oxidase inhibitors is a very wicked class of drugs.
What?
wicked class of drugs.
Oh,
Lots and lots of side effects.
Do they cause death?
Yes, it certainly can. One of the side effects with with any of those MAOIs, as they call them, is you have to be careful of foods you eat that have pteramine in them.
have what in them?
Pteramine. It's found in sauerkraut, pickles,
Anything sour.
anything pickled.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
And vinegar?
yes. Vinegar-based delicacies. Yes,
Do you have to eat kind of like separate vegetables and everything?
yes, you do. You have to really kind of have a very careful way of eating.
Okay.
You have a selective serotonin uptake inhibitors that helps with anxiety, depression, personality disorders. Some of our other treatments we can follow through with is therapy. We can also deal with holistic approaches, eating certain foods, avoiding certain foods, minerals, whatnot. They take longer and have less effect on the illness is what the medications do. And then we have the more advanced, more aggressive treatment, electroshock therapy, and vagus nerve stimulation. ECT, as it's called, is just what it is. They hook electrodes to your head. They sedate you like any normal surgery. A high voltage current goes through your body, and it resets your brain.
Have you had that treatment?
Yes. That's also a side effect is death. I was one that had a heart attack with this treatment. The vagus nerve stimulation is an outpatient procedure where they implant a generator about the size of a face of a watch, under your collarbone, and it's hurt to the vagus nerve that runs to your brain, and every 5 minutes it sends stimulates the brain there. There's fewer side effects with that. You're able to get rid of some medication. No matter what's done with any of these treatment, living without all medication isn't fun. After you get on treatment, it's this big whoosh relief. You can start getting your life back together. Life is a little difficult, yes. You have to be honest with employers about medications you're taking. There's days that, no, you're not going to go to work because you're too sick. You have no choice in that either. Employers are afraid to hear the word bipolar. You need to tell your family, people close to you, they need to know what's going on so they can tell you when you have signs of having a slope down into a depression. The quicker you catch it, the faster you can be medicated.
Oh, okay.
The spouse and children, we have to make sure they know and understand more than anybody. Some family will be afraid of it. Spouse and children, they're going to look at it like that's the way they've known you. So when you start getting well, it's all good. And finally, we have friends. Well, just like any other friend, some will come and some will go. Some will be afraid of you and you'll never hear from them again. But what you do from your life, with your life, from here on out, bipolar or not, is totally up to you. Thank you.